Howdy folks, Nathan here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the painful prices you have to pay in order to get a proper, fully built, factory-made 4x4. Now, in this video, one of the reasons we came up with this is because the brand new Ford Bronco came out, and we were thrilled by all the options that are available. It goes toe-to-toe with the Jeep Wrangler. Now, the Jeep Wrangler has already established quite a benchmark, and it looks like, although nobody's driven the thing yet, so we don't know for sure, but it looks like the Ford Bronco will be able to match it almost point per point. So, what about you guys? What if you want to buy one of these vehicles for the least amount of money to get the most amount of kit? Well, that's kind of where things get a little foggy. Having the ability to buy an inexpensive, fully laid out 4x4 has been something that's gone away for a long time. So this video I'm going to give you an example of 3 of the least expensive, yet still expensive, proper 4x4s that you can buy. Let's start off with what we know about the Ford Bronco. Now we have some of the pricing, but we don't have all of the pricing. So we had to do some guesswork, but it was based on some logic. So one of the things is, yes, the Ford Bronco does start at around $29,000. That's with a manual transmission, yes, and of course their turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So you would think, okay, then let's get that cool Sasquatch package we've been hearing about with the big 35-inch tires, 17-inch wheels, fender flares, beefy shocks and all that stuff, and slap it on there. It even has a front locker. You can't do that with the 4-cylinder and the 7-speed. So that already we're talking about more money, because in order to get that package, you have to have at the least the 10-speed automatic transmission paired to the 2.7 liter twin turbocharged V6. That is going to be a price bump. The thing is that Ford hasn't indicated so far how much of a price bump that will be. However, we did a little bit of homework, and Ford is very practical and pragmatic when it comes to setting up pricing. And if you look across the board with their car, I'd say cars, but there's pretty much just the Mustang, and their trucks and SUVs, a lot of the packages and a lot of the upgrades from one engine to another are very similar in price. So what we did was we figured out, at least with the transmission, if you got yourself a Mustang that had the 6-speed manual and you wanted to upgrade it, it would cost X amount, which in this case is $1,595. So we're going to assume that around that price is where it'll begin for upgrading to the 10-speed. And then on top of that, engine upgrades run between about $1,000 all the way up to $3,000, depending, of course, on the Ford model. So starting in at the lowest, $2,500, to go from the 4-cylinder 7-speed manual up to the 10-speed 2.7 liter V6, we're thinking $2,500 to start, and then it could go up from there. We can't even say where, but that's just based on some somewhat educated guessing from the prices that they already have on the Ford site. So if you add that together, this massive Sasquatch package, which looks really cool, by the way, on the 3-door, by the way, not at the 4-door. If you want to get a 4-door, you're going to be adding $4,700 to the price. Well, that's going to bring you, we think, around $40,000. Maybe. Okay, so why do I mention that? Because if you want the most off-road worthy Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, front and rear lockers, detachable front sway bar, beefy off-road tires, beefy off-road suspension armor and all that, basically very similar to the Sasquatch package. The base price for that one, this is the 3-door, is $38,695, and that's with no options, and that's with the manual transmission and the V6. So that is the least amount of money we can find for the most capable off-road vehicle. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, yeah, well, dealerships give us $5,000 off, $10,000 off. I've heard lots of stories. We're just talking about what we can find right now that's out there for everybody on the websites. So keep that in mind. Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. That's the 3rd vehicle on this list in terms of least expensive that you can get with having a proper front and rear locking diff and all the proper off-road accessories. Least expensive version of that is $41,400. So, and that's before options once again. Now, we know that there are some really good deals out there right now with COVID and everything going on, so you can actually knock down the prices of these things, but nonetheless, those are still pretty pricey. Wouldn't it be nice if we could, for $30,000, get something with no frills, just the absolute basics, but that had a front and rear locker, proper transfer case, proper off-road tires and wheels and suspension, and just leave everything else out? I know a lot of you guys want that, but unfortunately the automakers aren't making it. So perhaps after this video, put down your response below whether or not you'd want something like that. Perhaps some people will see it. Now, I know a few of you have been asking about, well, what about, there's a heavy duty truck, there's a half-ton truck, and they are capable. And you've also asked about, well, wait, what about Toyota and Nissan? Okay, Toyota and Nissan do not offer anything that has a locking front diff, first of all. So I kind of left them off the list. Yes, they build very capable off-road vehicles, but they just don't come up quite to that level. All right. So what about the Power Wagon? Because you can get a Ram heavy-duty tradesman, so that's their base model, and then add on their $7,500 Power Wagon package, and have a very capable off-roader for about $50,000. But once again, that's about $50,000. And maybe that's pocket change for you, but that's pretty pricey for me. All right, what about the Ford Raptor? The least expensive Ford Raptor that's out there is $53,000. Once again, that's online. That's the base price. Everything else that's offered from any other automaker either doesn't have proper lockers or just doesn't have quite the right setup as compared to the three vehicles that I just mentioned. So once again, I want to hear what your point of view is on this. I've been looking at this for a while because I am beginning to look for a replacement vehicle as my kid is going to steal mine. And I was thinking about, do I want a full-blown hardcore off-road vehicle? They're really expensive. Well, indeed they are. So once again, I want to get your input. And also, I want you guys to have a gander at this. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? This is one of our many brand new t-shirts. So watch this space because we've got a whole bunch of new swag that we're going to be selling in the very near future, and we're going to be wearing them on just about every damn video you see.
Bring out the first model. Nathan is sporting the TFL Wave adventure shirt. As you can tell, we can't call it the Jeep Wave because, well, that would be copywritten. But Nathan, you look so sexy, especially paired with that black mask.
Indeed I do. For the Fastlane Truck, for the Fastlane Off-Road, this is Nathan. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.